Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Ace Combat reaction. This is Daredevil, a song that was put into queue back in May by Spin Rift, the one who usually requests the Ace Combat stuff on this channel, and I just haven't gotten to it. I've gotten to other ones, of course, and there's been a few prior to this one that I've already reacted to, but he has so many in there that have just taken me so long to get to. I was like, okay, I need to at least tackle these a little bit more frequently. I just forget they're all the way at the top of the list. I have to scroll all the way back up there, but I digress. I love Ace Combat's music so far, so I know I'm going to be loving this one. So without further ado, let's go! Exactly as expected so far. Ooh. There's a nice dip in that sub there. Love that inclusion. That makes everything feel so much more thick. Just that sub bass drop straight down. Very intense to have that in the sound design. I love that that's in like a major too. Yeah, right there was in a minor, but when it drops into a major chord, that's so neat. You just don't usually hear that sort of sound used for major tracks. I was kind of trying to figure out what that like percussive sound in there was. It sounded like somebody like just using a fan or some other sort of like flared object to just kind of diddle around on a countertop or something. It's kind of neat. Might have been jazz brushes. I don't know, it was super interesting. Ooh, beautiful chord there. Such angelic vocals on that part. But we gotta get back to the intensity. Remember where we are. If we're the skies, motherfucker. God. A little offbeat. Ooh. Ooh. All right. I feel like I've heard this part before. Maybe this was part of another song I listened to. Oh, maybe that Zero Symphony. Maybe. I don't know, that motif is like, it's calling back something in the back of my mind. Ooh. I love that The brass in that last section was like building through like that, going up chromatically instead, and it was clashing. Oh, God. God, that's so cool. Holy shit, the scale on this one. I mean, they've never gotten the scale wrong in any song I've heard from this game at all. Jesus. Holy Christ. Another banger. I expected none less. Yeah, the Zero one, I've heard that. I think that might have been what that was from. That sounded so familiar, like I know that motif from somewhere. This has to be one of the most thematically accurate to title soundtracks I've ever heard. What more could you have felt from that track other than These Skies Are Unknown? That is such a beautiful song. That whole build-up, especially like that first third, especially where her voice was in there, everything was still a little mysterious. You weren't fully sure where the music was going to go. There was constant in and outs of major and minor chords just going between each other, never really clashing too much, but sliding between each other, having this yin-yang kind of thing going on, and you're just like, where are we? What's going to happen? Is it going to be positive? Is it going to be negative? We aren't allowed to know yet. In the psychology of this, like, you're processing the feeling of unknown and being unaware of where you're going to end up, when that is quite literally in the name. That is so cool. And what again, a beautiful, beautiful song. I could nerd out about this in so many ways. When it reaches that apex, when everything just opens up, the vocalist comes back in and all of the sound hits an absolute high. What an absolutely, no pun intended, cathartic moment there. It's just like, now I know, like now I see where we are. That full image you're able to piece together finally after having all of these little clues of what might be happening. It's what an insane way to shape that. What an insane feeling. This whole time you feel like you're kind of floating just below the clouds and you're not quite sure if you should go up through them or not. You're not entirely positive because you don't know what's up there, and that fear above is what's holding you down that whole time, constantly weighing the pros and cons, until you finally make the choice, that climb happens, and then that apex is reached when you break through and you're just jetting quite literally above the clouds, seeing a completely clear sky, and there's nothing around for miles. What an insane feeling that gives me. I know that's kind of the obvious thing to envision with this song, but it is what you envision with this song. There's so much beauty in this song. There's so much profound energy on this track. This feels so cinematic, so beyond. Even the other ones that I've heard before, beautiful songs, great compositions, love the way they are. This one is probably my new favorite. I have no reason to say otherwise. This one made me feel things that I haven't felt in years. This one is an insane track. What an absolute fucking masterpiece. This has to be Keiki Kobayashi's magnum opus. There's no other song I've heard that hits quite the same scale and intensity that this song does. The beauty is perfectly balanced with that intensity, and everything about it just feels gorgeous. And what more could you expect for somebody who not only basically did this entire soundtrack and all the other Ace Combat soundtracks on their own, but also had a hand in the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS theme, which, in my opinion, right underneath Brawl, is easily the best theme of all those games. That was an amazing theme, and of course he had a hand in it. You can kind of, in hindsight, going back to listen to that too, feel those similarities in there. Some of the phrasings and everything, they're very, very in the same ballpark, especially between this one and a few other works like the Symphony Zero stuff. So it's kind of weird to see that, looking up his name, reading what else he's worked on. He did some stuff on the Final Fantasy Fantasy VII Remake as well. Like, there's just so much he's done that I never would have known or guessed. He's just had his hands in a lot of different pots, but I see why. I'm sure he's friends with a bunch of other composers in the similar vein, and they look at him and they're just like, yeah, we need his opinion. Like, this is somebody who knows exactly what they're trying to go for when it comes to that epic scale, when they really need something to just punch you in the gut or the soul, you know, like if you need one or two, he has both of the punches, and it's a brilliant piece. I cannot get over how much I love this one. This one's definitely my favorite, and I'm going to be adding it to a bunch of my inspirational playlists, because boy, if I can feel like I'm constantly breaking through the clouds and getting ready for whatever mission's coming next every day, oh, I would get so much done. So much done. But anyway, I think that's about it. Thank you all so very much for watching, and thank you Spinrift for putting this into the executive queue forever ago. Sorry it took me this long to get to it, and I'm also sorry to myself for taking this long to get to this one. What an amazing track, seriously. Cannot get over it. Gonna be nerding about it for the next couple days, I think. But anyway, if you like this video and you want to follow for more and see more in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!